Today in the US, there are thousands of startup companies trying to make their way in a very crowded tech scene. With stiff competition in the Silicon Valley, New York, and Boston, new startups find it difficult to navigate the many challenges of the entrepreneurial market. The end result? They go out of business or struggle for years. Fortunately, there is a new and exciting place where startups can find all the tools they need to be successful and grow their business. Wisconsin, a great place to get started. Here in the historic 3rd Ward District of Milwaukee, Bright Cellars, a small startup company, has found a home.
Bright Cellars is a personalized monthly wine subscription. So what we do is we match our members to wine. They come to our site, take a quiz, and based on their responses, we choose 4 bottles a month as a monthly subscription. After that, we have our wine matching algorithm.
It's a very quick and easy process. It only takes a few seconds for them to go through the 7-question quiz and answer questions like, what's your favorite juice? What kind of drink do you like other than wine? And then after that, our algorithm matches them with wines that they can purchase.
It takes feedback from each of those bottles from our members, and over time we get better at matching our members individually and then overall. We started the business actually in Boston at the time, and what initially brought us to Wisconsin was the Generator program.
Generator is a nationally ranked startup accelerator with offices in Madison and Milwaukee.
Twice a year, we scour the country and even the world to find the best startups to go through our 3-month intensive boot camp training program. During that 3-month program, we're connecting them with mentors, potential customers, corporate partners, as well as potential investors.
I think, to be honest, when we first heard about the Generator program in Wisconsin, we did have to look at a map and say that's where we could be for 3 months.
The reason we're here in Wisconsin is because we're from here. All of us have at least 1 degree from the University of Wisconsin. And we want to invite more startups to come experience what Wisconsin has to offer.
We went out to Madison for 3 months, and then we didn't know whether there would be a startup community here, whether there would be capital available, and we were able to find all those things. And at the end of the program, realized that we wanted to stay in Wisconsin and build the business here.
I didn't know much about Milwaukee until I came out to Wisconsin, and we met all the wonderful people involved in the tech scene here.
We've been able to find a great network of mentors and investors to help us along the way.
In just 4 years, Generator has invested in 42 companies and combined have raised over $100 million in follow-on funding.
We had a Milwaukee-based VC invest in our seed round of funding, and then the last piece was this office space. So this is a brand new office space. We're part of Ward 4, which is a startup co-working community.
So the money we save on rent here versus spending 3 times as much as in a Boston or in a Silicon Valley, that money is getting put into growing the business.
And hopefully we have a thriving company that continues to add headcount, jobs, and create wealth for the state.
Finding capital and office space was only a small part of the challenge Bright Cellars faced.
The biggest question for me when we moved to Milwaukee was whether or not you can find the top tier programming talent.
They needed young talent that understood technology and could jump right in and make a difference.
Startups have their own unique sense of challenges, and I honestly believe that millennials today are looking for that challenge. They aren't looking for that typical 9-to-5 corporate world, you do this and that's all you do. A startup really can provide somebody with the ability to wear multiple hats. We have had great luck finding awesome talent.
UW-Madison has a ton of top-notch CS undergrads and other engineering fields as well.
We've also found that there's not a ton of startups right around us as opposed to Silicon Valley where you walk down the street and there's 20 right on top of each other. So it keeps the competition low. So we have really, really fantastic people and they're not jumping to different companies. They're very loyal, which I think is just a Wisconsin trait in general.
It's something that has really helped us grow the business quickly.
We came to Milwaukee with 3 employees and now we're at 22.
I think we've grown about 14% a month since we moved here, just month over month.
For many students coming out of college, finding a job and deciding where to live can be a difficult choice.
Typically what happens is students, they graduate and they have the idea of I'm going to go work in New York City or I'm going to work in Silicon Valley, and that's that, for startup scene at least. But you have a unique opportunity to come to Milwaukee and make a huge difference.
Wisconsin and Milwaukee offer something the big cities or Silicon Valley can't: affordability and quality of life.
When I was graduating and looking for work, I had some great opportunities actually in Seattle. I chose Wisconsin primarily, again, because of the affordability.
I picked Milwaukee over in Chicago because it's a smaller city, but it has all the big city charm.
For Cellars to come in and offer me a Silicon Valley kind of experience working for a startup, being engineer number 5, and still being able to be in Wisconsin, staying close to my friends, staying close to my family is awesome. It's unreal. It's such a good opportunity.
I had a lot of friends that moved to bigger cities, and the amount that I pay for rent is easily half what they pay.
I've heard some horror stories in Silicon Valley, people paying $3K a month for a 4-bedroom with 5 other guys. I live in a 2,200 square foot loft for $1,650 a month, which is unreal. One of the things that you can't beat in Milwaukee is I walk to work every single day. It takes me 5 minutes.
It's really great. There's hardly any traffic. I drive by the lake on my way to work. It doesn't get better than that.
If you live in Milwaukee, there's a saying that people have. It's like everywhere in Milwaukee you go, 50 minutes away. No matter where you are, you'll get there in 15 minutes.
It definitely helps that there's the Midwestern kindness here. So you'll meet someone and 20 minutes later, you're thinking that you've known him your entire life.
That's big in Milwaukee. Walk around, people say hi to you. People are very active here. And I don't know, it's my home, Milwaukee's my home.
As Cellars continues to grow, they understand that creating the right culture and office atmosphere is key to the ongoing growth and success of their business.
It's not bad to work for a wine company, I would say. We have a lot of wine around.
As part of my job, I get to taste wine. We have to taste wine, we call it. So we'll get some samples where we go through the wines, taste them, and see which ones we want to add to our club.
We have a sommelier on staff who's our wine manager, and she does weekly tastings with the team. She does weekly classes, so we have a lot of our employees who are studying for the SOM tests and certifications and things like that.
I talk to my friends all the time about what I do, and they still don't believe that I work for a wine company where I get to drink wine, at the end of the day.
Between the wine tastings, the Silicon Valley style where I can work remotely whenever I want, the unlimited vacation policy, all of that, I can't imagine living or working anywhere else.
I think we have 8 dogs that visit the office. Some of the 8 work out of the office.
I love the dogs in the office. One of the first days that I came in when I first started here, I think Vito was there, and he is the cutest, snuggly little dog.
They alternate what days, but they all have their own personality. So I like having them around. I think it's nice to have a dog to take a little break with.
Good boy.
Milwaukee offers the right blend of culture, outdoor activities, and ease of living to make it a desirable place to live.
All the things you would expect from a city, great restaurants, shows, but there's also this great sort of outdoor element to it.
The seasons in Wisconsin are honestly one of the things that make it so great. I'm a runner, so summertime there's an incredible, running community. When it comes time for fall, the colors are incredible. Come winter, there are some great snowboarding hills. Cascade, which is close to Madison, which is where I went a lot when I was in college. But then in terms of spring, again, everyone kind of emerges from whatever winter activities they've been doing, and Wisconsin has over 15,000 lakes, and there's nothing better than life at the lake.
At Cellars, we actually have a beach volleyball team that there are 38 beach volleyball courts, and we play in sort of the tournaments there.
Specifically with this location that we're at for our office, we are right next to Summerfest.
There's either a street festival or some kind of cultural festival or Summerfest every single weekend.
Something that I enjoy doing here in Milwaukee is honestly walking that lakefront, because it does make me personally feel like I am on a coast. And also the art museum that's down there, one of my favorite spaces to go and just look at, because it's such a unique building.
Whether you're a startup, entrepreneur, or just coming out of college, Wisconsin offers many opportunities that can change your life and open doors you never thought possible.
Wisconsin, a great place to get started.
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 Wisconsin, a great place to get started. Brought to you by Wisconsin Manufacturers and Commerce.